we want to override LTV, which is located right here. Right now, LTV, loan to value, it's set to automatic. It's always set to automatic when you get through a scenario. But you have the opportunity to change it. So according to Investopedia, it's a financial ratio that compares the amount of money being borrowed to the market price of the asset being purchased. It's basically a financial ratio that helps lenders to assess the risk. The higher the LTV, the more risk. The lower the LTV, the less risk for the lender. For example, 100% LTV means that the loan is 100% of the value of the property. Guess how much down payment you would need at that point? Nothing, because 100% of it is covered. If it's 80% LTV, means 80% of the value is covered by the lender. The consumer home buyer has to come up with the rest, with the 20%, hopefully, if the appraised is correct. What's the formula? Super simple. It's the net mortgage, which I showed you where it is, net mortgage, over the property value. If you were to put this in perspective, and this is something a lot of home buyers get burned with, is they think the property value is the purchase price, but that's not correct. So let's just assume this is the purchase price, the appraised property value. So the lender will send an appraiser over, and the appraiser may go up or lower than the purchase price. If it goes lower, then the lender obviously only lends, let's say, 80% of that. And the rest has to be covered by the home buyer. There's another confusing piece in here, is that if it's an insured deal, there's additional mortgage insurance. So CMHC gets added to the net mortgage, and that is the actual mortgage amount. So I hope this is clear and well explained. Okay, let's move on. What are unused funds? We haven't got there yet, but let's talk about how to customize LTV. So it's very simple. You can just tap on this and set it. Done. So now the tool is actually not calculating the LTV, because previously it would do its magic, figure out the maximum purchase price, and then tell you, based on all my configuration and assumptions with the max purchase price, this is the result. The LTV becomes the result. However, we're going to switch up the algorithm completely, and we're going to say, hey, I want this LTV. So don't tell me what the max purchase price is. Tell me exactly what the purchase price is with a specific LTV. So this is what this tool here really just configures itself to use a complete different algorithm. Now, when you do that, sometimes something strange happens. This down payment becomes red. And you wonder why. So you tap on it. You will see that the available funds was 100,000, sure. Our down payment is now 80,000. There is an unused funds, and then there's our closing costs. So in order to remain 85% LTV, I cannot use my full available funds, because if I were to use it, I would break out of that 85% LTV. Therefore, there's certain unused amounts. So that $12,000 doesn't have to be spent on the down payment. I'm going to try to put an example here so that you can clearly understand why there's unused funds. So say there's a maximum loan that we can get based on our GDS, and it's $100,000. That's just using our income and figuring out what our max loan is. Now, if we force it to be 85%, that means if that's my max loan, and I need that max loan to be 85% of the purchase price, then I can only go up to $117,647 for my purchase price. Now, the required down payment for that is the purchase price minus my loan that I'm getting from the lender, and it's $17,000. Let's say our closing cost was the change, $2,353. The total required funds to make sure I'm 85% is actually $20,000. Cool. But what if I have $50,000 available? Well, too bad. Because you cannot put more down payment, because if you put more down payment, then your purchase price will change and it will no longer be 85% of your max loan. You can't. So this is the unused funds, and this is what it shows up here. 30,000 is unused. That should be clear now about the LTV. I'm just going to switch it back to automatic. So you can see that it's now 83%. So 83.11 is our best option.